Greetings once again. It's a privilege to share with you. I hereby actually want to congratulate you upon completing our previous topic, and that was the research process and the research report. So in this video, I would like to introduce something new that is still intended to help us develop more skills in the career area. And in this video, we are going to start looking at presentation skills. So under this topic, we shall look at a number of things, and as we shall be proceeding. But in this video, basically, we are going to look at two things or three, and that is the introduction to this topic, which we are handling, and the type of presentations, and then finally the essential presentation skills to develop, or that you would need to develop. So just to let you know, this topic is for those who would wish to develop, nurture, and improve their presentation skills. And if you're such a person, then this video and study is meant for you. So let's get started. First of all, a presentation is the process of presenting a topic to an audience. The process of presenting a topic to an audience. It can be a speech, it can be a talk in which a new product, idea, or piece of work is shown and explained to an audience, depending on how you choose to define it. So in order for you to have a good presentation, you need presentation skills. You need to have presentation skills. So presentation skills are just skills you need in delivering effective and engaging presentations to a variety of audiences. So these skills cover a variety of areas, such as the structure of your presentation, the design of your slides, the tone of your voice, and the body language you convey. So now we are going to proceed and look at the 5 types of presentations and their goals. In this, I have 5 types, and we are going to look at each of them and their goals. So the first type is to inform your audience. A presentation that is intended to informing your audience. So the most popular type of presentation in business is informing others. So it is simple and straight to the point, and the main goal here is to provide clear instructions, communicate accurate explanations, or present your new findings. For example, this may involve providing company updates, planning a new project, or presenting to your team line manager. So here your target audience is not looking for funny videos or gimmicks, obviously, but they are expecting clear and accurate directions, and this can be done most effectively with handouts or simple announcements. Though most of the time they will not require slideshows, but they may be used if a lot of information needs to be relayed. So the second type is to educate your audience. So a presentation that is intended at educating your audience. So educating and teaching others new skills is a unique type of presentation, and that is usually delivered through staff training across many businesses. So when your audience understands the information you are presenting to them, they are more likely to execute your instructions. So the goal here is to ensure your audience walk away more knowledgeable and informed on the topic you are presenting. These require presenters to adopt an array of resources, from slideshows to booklets, and may even include demonstrations or role play. So you will need to consider that there will be a variation of learning styles within one group, and teaching skills required to cater to these within your presentation. There are different learning styles. Different people learn by different learning styles. So as a presenter who is intending to teach your group or the group you're presenting to, you should take this into consideration, and your teaching skills will require you to cater to these within your presentation. So educational presentations, education presentations, training workshops or training sessions do not need to be long. Keep in mind that the attention spans are short, so ensuring your training is dynamic and interactive is key in order to try to keep people's attention, to keep it on you. Then the third type is to persuade or convince your audience. So when you're presenting at a team meetings, or externally to clients, the art of persuasion requires you to provide a solution to their problem. In order for you to easily persuade someone, you should be providing a solution to their problem. For example, when you're selling services and products to investors or business partners, your sales presentations need to be polished. Like, you may even want to use pinch decks in these scenarios that can maintain engagement with infographics, flowing visuals, and captivative short videos. So you need to remember that a truly persuasive speech offers evidence, logic, and has emotion in it. These are the very key things in the selling speech or in the selling process. As you're trying to sell something to someone, you need to trigger their emotion, you need to feed their logic, and you need to provide evidence, and you need to make it quick. Like, you should make the person feel like they should buy now, and if they don't buy now, then they're losing out on something. That's why you find that when you come across selling pages, or when someone is selling something, they normally put offers. That, let's say they put price offers 5% off or 10% off within a such period, a small period of time, such that they can make you to buy before actually the offer runs out. So that is making someone to buy quickly. But then the emotion and the logic, sometimes some people buy out of emotions. Like, someone buys out of emotions, whereas other people buy out of after getting the logic out of what you're selling, something like that. So these are key components that will help spark a reaction and ultimately help persuade and convince your audience. So for more selling tips, you just subscribe to my channel and follow my blog, Content for Spiritual and Financial, CSFG blog.wordpress.com. We shall have time to look at that as well. Yeah, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will be seeing it anytime. So the fourth presentation is one to solve challenges. So problem solving is most effective when done as an inclusive presentation. Arranging a panel setting or round table where everyone feels involved can be most beneficial in these situations. So it will help to harness ideas and uncover innovative solutions. It's like you come together to share ideas of possible solutions to the challenges, whereby the main presenter may only have to lead the meeting, like chair the meeting, but ideas are meant to come from each person present, or like everyone is to participate. They are just led. It's the person chairing the meeting just leads them, but everyone contributes equally. So that is a better way of arranging a problem solving presentation. And then the last one is to inspire your audience, like a presentation that is intended at inspiring your audience. So when you inspire others, you create a spark, which is the foundation to change and action. So those are the main presentation types we are going to look at. So we are going to proceed on to the third or final item we agreed to look at, and that is the 5 essential presentation skills to develop, or that you need to develop. So presentations are a part of most jobs in the business world. You must be able to give a solid, informative presentation. So though they may seem simple, There are many aspects of a presentation and skills that you need to deliver a successful one. So I understand the importance and impact of a great presentation, and I know that through this video you will learn how to develop the skills you need to give a successful presentation. So there are the first essential skill to develop is enthusiasm and honest. Enthusiasm and honest. So I want to know that is one of the most painful things in a presentation is listening to a presenter who is clearly bored and uninterested in the topic. Now imagine you're listening to someone who himself or herself is bored and not interested in the topic. You can imagine how the presentation can be. So for a presenter to be effective, you need to get the audience excited. It is almost impossible to excite your audience if you are dull or monotonous, but show enthusiasm about the topic and people are more likely to be engaged if you show enthusiasm towards the topic you're discussing. So along with being enthusiastic, you need to be honest. Like even a distracted audience can tell when a presenter is lying or exaggerating. So if they sense you are not being honest with them, both you and your presentation will lose credibility. So a great presenter is honest and transparent with the audience, while simultaneously showing enthusiasm about everything. And then the second point is focused on the audience. So what you need to know that is effective presenters build and deliver presentations centered around the audience and not themselves. So you need to focus on what the audience can get out of your presentation. And the key to any great presentation is engaging and appealing to your audience. So each audience is different, and therefore it is important to keep in mind the people you are talking to and what interests them. So you are more likely to gain their attention if the topic is relevant and helpful for them. Then the third skill is the ability to keep things simple. As a presenter, you should be good. Like great presenters know how to make complex topics simple. If you take this technique, you always people will always would like you to present to them, because imagine even if it was you, if there are two presenters, one who leaves complex things complex and one who makes complex things simpler. So one who makes complex things simpler will make it very easy for you to understand, and within a short while you will understand. Or the other one, with the other one who leaves things complex, you will hardly understand. So you also go with the one who makes things simpler. So that is a great technique. As a presenter, you should develop that skill of making things simpler. So in order for you to make something simpler, it means you should have understood it. So as you're going to make a presentation, make sure you understand the topic. That way it will be very easy for you to make it simpler. So often you will give a presentation to a group of people who do not have any previous knowledge about the topic. So if you use complex language or concepts, you will confuse your audience and they will not listen attentively because they are already confused. So a presentation is essentially a teaching tool. You are teaching your audience about the topic. So any great teacher knows that you need to simplify things to ensure everyone can learn and understand what you are trying to say. And therefore effective presenters can do this for their audience. So you should try very hard to do that for your audiences, and they will actually like you. Then the other thing is, the fourth skill is being personable. So being personable is a great quality for every aspect of business, including presentations. So people will listen more intently if they like you and see you as relatable. So some good ways to be personable are by making eye contact with your audience and smiling, and these simple actions actually build rapport and increase the chances of the audience feeling like they are they can connect with you. They see like they will feel they can connect with you. Like people in the audience, they will feel like they can connect with you. You imagine someone presenting when they are very gloomy and tough. You just know such a person, you cannot relate with them. So something like that, which you don't need in your presentation. Then finally, the last skill that you need to develop is a great body language. So your body language says more than what you think. So more than 3/4 of communication is non-verbal. So though your speaking holds meaning, body language could determine whether an audience listens to you and how they interpret your speech. Therefore, great presenters stand up straight and confidently for that reason. So they do not cross their arms in front of their chest, as this comes off as cold and distant. And they also avoid pacing or holding their hands behind their backs because it makes them seem nervous. So keep your body language open and welcoming, and your audience will see you as more credible and trustworthy. So that's all we are going to look at in this video. I thank you for watching. If it has been helpful, you can like, subscribe to support our channel, and stay tuned for more videos. We are still looking, and we shall look at this topic up to the end until when you have become a good presenter. Thank you.